Don't become what you want. You become what you believe you're worthy of in life, in love, relationships, careers, and dreams. That was stated by Jamie Kern Lima, who's a great author. One of the things that she talks about is that you can be very confident in your skills. As for me, I've always been a confident teacher. I'm confident in my driving skills. I'm confident in my own budgeting. I'm confident in being able to buy and sell a house. There's a lot of things that I'm really confident in. And so if people look at me from the outside, they think, wow, there's a very successful woman. And that's how a lot of people actually portray themselves on social media, if you've seen that, right? But one of the things that's not portrayed is if we were to ask somebody is, do you believe you're worthy of this? Do you believe that you could sort of your goals and your dreams? Or are you stuck? Do you self-sabotage? Most of my life, I have been so confident in my skills. However, I realized back, I'm going to say about 20, 25 years ago, I was in love with the man of my dreams. Actually, it was 30 years ago. Wow. I was in love with the man of my dreams, right? Thinking that this was it. This was going to be it. And lo and behold, discovered I was not his world like he was my world. And it shattered me to my core. And that's when I realized that I didn't have self-esteem or self-worth. I didn't feel I was worthy of that love, so to speak. And I went through a lot of therapy. I went through 3 years of therapy to overcome that and to find myself. And then I've done personal development ever since. One of the things that I discovered, and I believe Jamie references this in one of her videos also, but a lot of psychology will talk about your self-worth or self-esteem is much like a thermostat. Say you have it set, like mine right now is set on 70 degrees. So let's say you have it set on your thermostat, your subconscious is set at 70 degrees, right? And if suddenly I become successful and I'm making seven figures and I'm gonna make making $1 million and I'm all excited and stuff, that's great. And everything seems high, but suddenly my thermostat's going to kick in to bring me back down to 70, which is my normal. What do you think in my mind and my thoughts I'm going to do? I'm going to self-sabotage. I'm going to start having those thoughts of, I don't deserve this. I don't know if you can relate to that, but I can relate to it very well for the number of times that I have self-sabotaged my success or stayed stuck because my thermostat is set at, I'm not worthy of higher than 70. Oh my gosh, there's so much with that. To be aware that there is a definite difference between being confident in your skills and being worthy. I'm confident I can change a tire. I'm confident I can drive to Florida tomorrow. Am I worthy of a Jaguar, or am I worthy of that? That's where those thoughts, and those thoughts are our subconscious mind, and they sneak in on us. We're not aware of them usually. And so the first thing is to become aware of your thoughts and aware of where your self-esteem is located. One of the steps that I like to take to help offset some of that is because your self-esteem is built upon your self-belief of your worth, is built on everything around you externally, what your parents have said to you, what your friends have said to you, what your environment says. One of the things I highly recommend, obviously you can't get rid of your family. You just can't get rid of your family and start over. But what you can do is put some distance between you. You actually can put distance between friends. You don't have to be mean about it, but you can put distance between friends. One of the biggest things that's helped me out tremendously, I'm on social media quite a bit, as you see. And I'm on social media on Facebook and on all platforms. But boy, if somebody's negative or there's a hater, I call him a hater. Actually, it's a confused supporter, really. But anyways, if you get one of those people who disagrees and who's negative, you can block and delete them. You don't have to have them on your feed. You don't have to have them as a friend. You can block and delete. That's what block and delete is for. I protect my energy and my circle on Facebook and on YouTube. I protect it as much as possible. But one of the biggest things that I also do, I don't go catching up with news every single night. I don't have a TV. So I don't watch negative soap operas. I don't watch negative movies. I don't watch negative news. And I sure don't listen to negative music because all that sinks in. And so every night before I go to bed, I might listen to a podcast. that's positive, or an audiobook that's positive. I'm going to listen to something that's going to help me out. At night before I go to bed, I tend to write down 10 things, 10 miracles, or 10 things that I'm super grateful for the day. I might be grateful for my dogs, or grateful for my car that got me to the store, or grateful to my hairstylist who did my hair so well, right? So I write down 10 things that I'm grateful for at night. These help me out quite a bit. And I also, in the morning, will do blessings and will write out in a journal and write out some passages for how I want my day to go and set my intentions. There are so many things to help with this and to set intentions. Rejection. A lot of us have been rejected, just like I got the big rejection from the guy. But even in my business in network marketing, I hear no's quite a bit. And at first it was like, what do you mean? They're saying no to me. And I had to analyze, am I making that about me? What am I making those no's to be about me? And so I had to change those over to, it's kind of like the waiter or waitress last night. They said, can I get you anything else at the end? Would you like a dessert? Would you like coffee? And I said, no. They didn't take it. Actually, it was a he and a she working. Neither one of them took it personal. I realized that when people say no, it's more about them than it is about me. It doesn't have much to do with me whatsoever. So realize that with rejections as well, and I'll talk about that in another video. The other thing I wanted to talk about is environment beats will. What do I mean by this? And if you are constantly in an environment with friends who are negative, who are putting you down, it doesn't matter how much your will is to be strong and to have self-belief. If you're listening to that nonstop and believing in that, that's going to bring you down, right? I like to think of it much like an alcoholic who goes into a bar. If they go into a bar, they're going to be tempted to drink because environment beats will. No matter how much they have the will not to drink, it would be in their best interest not to be at a bar every night, don't you think? So it's all about, you can change your environment, and we have the power to do that. We can make these choices. We can make the choice not to listen to the news. We can make the choice to make sure that the friends around us are positive people who support us. We can make the choice of being with happy surrounding people and changing our environment. We can make the choice to step out of a job that has so much pressure on us to where we feel like we need to be in a healthier, less stressful environment, because stress will wreak havoc on you like nothing else will. I promise you, once you remove yourself from the environment of negativity, because I've been there where you're doing this wrong and this is going wrong and you're being hit from all sides, and especially if you're a teacher, you'll get it from your students, you'll get it from your admin, you'll get it from your peers, and then you get home and you get it all again. So one of the best things that you can do is to, and again, you can't change always home and family and kids, but what you can do is change the rest of your environment to make it more positive and more happy. And so again, if you're new to me, I'm Lauren Ebbecke. I help women renew and reclaim themselves as they go into retirement. We look at several things like avoiding burnout, finding yourself, and a big deal about finding yourself is to realize you are worthy and to find your self-worth. And you'll hear me talk a lot about Jamie Kern Lima's book, Worthy, once it comes out. If you go to worthybook.com, I'll put it down in the description below. You can actually get to her book. I think she's awesome. She's a woman who has made it from doing cosmetics in her living room to now finally selling her cosmetics or selling her cosmetic business to L'Oreal. I'll let her, when you read her book, you'll see her whole story. But she's one who went from trying to be successful in her living room and not having self-worth to now being a woman who has self-esteem, who's very successful, who has made it and who has done well in her life. She's one of my mentors, and you'll hear me speak about her quite a bit. And so again, she's got a new book coming out called Worthy, worthybook.com. I highly recommend this book. It's got loaded with all kinds of strategies to help people out and to help you out with self-worth and self-esteem. A great, great book. And it too, please subscribe, follow me, because I'm putting out content every week. So either I'm putting out content on making money, on different skincare products that are really well. I'm putting out content on how to avoid burnout. I'm putting out content on how to find who you are. because it's so important, right? So subscribe and follow my channel for more helpful content on helping you be the best version of yourself, especially for those of you heading into retirement like I did. And with that, I'll see you next week.